Is the government orchestrating a worldwide fake alien invasion to gain total control of the masses worldwide? Let's find out.
They'll orchestrate an alien invasion to save humanity. You're saying right when humanity is on the verge of its collapse, aliens will show up and save us from ourselves?
That's exactly it. So the oligarchs have this plan to keep pushing the world to its brink. The economy, the environment, the food supply, the energy crisis, everything is going to get worse. People will be at their wits' end. Even the rain will stop thanks to their engineering. There'll be droughts everywhere. That's when the oligarchs will claim to have been contacted by an extraterrestrial force. Aliens warning humanity, change your ways or the planet's doomed. But here's the thing, it's all part of the script. The goal is to make us so desperate, so broken, that we'll beg for salvation. And that's when they'll introduce the new world they've been planning all along. No more borders, no more wars, no private property, no cash, no gold. It'll sound like a utopia. But the catch, you can't opt out. The oligarchs will present it as humanity's only hope, a chance to save the planet and unite as one species under a single system. At first, it'll seem perfect. No more poverty, no more war, no more borders dividing people. And so when this alien intervention happens, it won't be an invasion, it'll be a handover. But here's the twist. If you don't want to be part of the system, you'll become an outcast. No money, no property, no access to resources. They'll frame it as progress, but in reality, it's total control. Because it's not about saving the planet. It's about turning the entire world into a machine. Every human, every resource, every thought, engineered and controlled. The oligarchs won't just rule nations anymore. They'll rule existence itself. And those beings they're working with, they'll feed on it. And these aliens, they're not from outer space. They're from right here. The oligarchs have known about these beings for a long time. Whatever they are, they've been working with the oligarchs for centuries, pulling strings from behind the curtain, setting the stage for this exact moment.
From inside the house, look at this. If this isn't a UFO, staring into the home. This is crazy, bro. This is knuckin' butts. I've never seen anything like this in my life. That is actually wild.
Their plan is to create, eventually, an hoax, a threat from outer space, to try to unite the world, like Independence Day, the movie, in a sort of a military global junta of humans against aliens. It's all nonsense. It's BS. But it sells well. It sells movies, it sells tickets, it sells books.
This is the Blue Beam, Project Blue Beam?
Yeah, that related to that. And I've met with many men who've been on operationally, like literally have been operational on those programs. Now, it went from really clunky stuff, like the Betty and Barney Hill abduction. People think that was alien. It wasn't. It was us.
I'm saying back to them, like, just trust me. You guys don't understand, right? Like, we've been lied to. Trust me, you'll see what's ahead. They're going, buddy, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, we're just going to come back up around the other side of the globe. You know, they're telling me we're going to hit the Indian Ocean, Australia, right? They were thinking in terms of the global model. But this is where it gets crazy, you know, as they realize I ain't stopping. One of the other pilots says to me, he goes, listen, you land that thing now, we sign an NDA and go home, act like this never happened. But go ahead, continue forward if you must, but just know it's a one-way ticket. You ain't ever coming back.
What did you do?
What I set out to. I could see the wall by this point. There was no turning back. And as I fly over the wall, the other jets behind me just hit wide pivots to turn around, and the pilot radios me one last time. He goes, crazy son of a good luck, kid. And I mean, look, I just soar off into no man's land. I'm baffled. I'm seeing land masses that have never been accounted for. The navigational equipment on the jet is no longer working, but I know as long as I stay due south, I'll reach Panthea. I'll reach the dark continent. And lo and behold, 30 or so hours later, sun goes down and it never comes back up. I start to drop my altitude to get a better view, and there she was. I saw the dark lands. I saw everything that Hemington had spoke of. Look, I landed the jet on a clear landscape, and before I even had a chance to get out, there they were. The Pantheons Hemington spoke of, stepping in slowly.
Okay, so hear me out. What if Project Bluebeam isn't just a fake alien invasion? What if it's an assisted staged invasion event, like worldwide, that the world leaders are working with the aliens on? So maybe they're just working more strategically, like playing chess in order to take over the world and manipulating and offering technology to the world leaders to gain control, basically with our unknown permission, instead of just coming down and like firing upon everything and, you know, making us scared and fight back and stuff.
Project Bluebeam is being used to introduce and normalize satanic holograms at concerts. Check this out.
That's not a hologram, bro. That is being projected on a screen. And that's Nima. He's super dope. His visuals are super tight and his music's super dope too. So you're dumb. Tell me you've never been to an EDM show without telling me you've never been to an EDM show.
So UFOs are real, and they've been here a long time, and that's the truth. But the lie is coming. All indications, like all of them, is that that lie is going to be that there is a craft slowly making its way to us here on Earth. And that is the lie they're going to want you to believe.
The United States, if everything works well, over the next 3 or 4 months is going to completely break. It's going to be a very bad situation with regard to the ability of the country to sort of stay together. Pieces are going to break apart. It'll happen after the election, over the next 3 or 4 months. Europe is going to, yeah, they just want me to say it. Europe is going to break apart. There's going to be armed conflict and other things happening in Europe. There is going to be a spillover into the Middle East war. So the Middle East war is going to get much worse. There's a possibility that something could happen elsewhere. But those three should be the onset of these crises. When these crises happen, and they happen all at once, can I say? Yeah, they want me just to say it. They're looking at three major disclosure movements. They want the truth to what happened with JFK to come out. Mm-hmm. That will start things. Then, after that, 9/11. All of this stuff is available on Farsight so that people can find out what happened with JFK, what happened with 9/11, but they want it to spill out in terms of those things being realized by the masses. The powers that be shouldn't be able to control that information. And the final major disclosure thing is the extraterrestrials. It's not, are the extraterrestrials existing? Do they exist? That's all garbage that comes out from the bad ETs trying to control things, kick the can down the road. What they're talking about is control, is disclosure, is total disclosure of what the bad ETs have been doing for thousands of years, including all of the control and manipulation of humanity to keep this planet as a prison. And this can only happen if there's a catastrophic disclosure situation. And they want us to know, they want the world to know that they're responsible for the condensing of all of these crises to happen at once. And they want the world to know that we are part of that. And we are part of the information that humanity will need to have to answer what actually happened when all of these crises have happened over thousands of years. We're the library that answers humanity's questions that they're going to have.
Wait, so the aliens are in charge then, and are kind of leading us in this direction to where the government can have like a one world government, new world order, like just full control of us, but they're answering to extraterrestrials? Bro, I feel like, honestly, I feel like if an alien mothership just like landed on top of the world and they're like, surrender, the majority of people would be like, all right, calm down, bro. Like, chill. All right. I feel like you don't even need to do all this like Project Bluebeam stuff. Just like, yo, we will literally disintegrate your planet. I'll snap my slimy long green fingers and you're gone if you don't comply. And I feel like most people would be like, all right, most people don't want no smoke with no aliens, you know? Yeah, dog. All that drone stuff was fucking weird. It reminds me of like the Spider-Man movie with like Mysterio, like all the drones that form holograms to make it look like that stuff's happening. I'm testing it, man. Just testing it.
Bluebeam project is about to come to fruition. There is a theory that at some point in the near future, global elites will use hidden and highly sophisticated technology to simulate an extraterrestrial invasion on Earth in order to assert their dominance and conquer the world. When the staged extraterrestrial invasion begins, a false messiah will emerge amidst the chaos in each country, and this individual will have the power to protect the people and halt the invasion. The false messiah will then become the leader of the new world religion, ultimately uniting the world under a single religion as the Antichrist, as described in Apocalypse. The increased presence of UFOs in recent years is seen as a sign that global elites are training their system to be flawlessly prepared for the final invasion. Additionally, the growing development of advanced technologies, such as artificial intelligence and 5G, is believed to be aimed at perfecting a simulated extraterrestrial invasion that will deceive the entire planet into believing in the false messiah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I don't want that. Do you want that to happen? I don't want that to happen. It's so crazy. Like, if this is true, there's so much stuff on the internet about it. Like, there's so many people talking about it. Like, the government knows that people know about it. But I think they just depend so much on people thinking it's bullshit that they just know, like, people are going to let it happen anyway. Like with the jab. Just saying. Just saying. People said things about it. Everyone called them crazy. Afterward, all the stuff they were saying was true. Just saying. You're only a conspiracy theorist until the truth comes out. Then you're an expert. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Comment below and let me know what you want to see in the next video. Share it with some friends. Appreciate you.